Welcome to an in-depth journey through the life of Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, social reformer, jurist, and the architect of India's constitution. From battling caste oppression to shaping a nation, his story is of resilience and revolution. Let's dive right in. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was born on April 14, 1891 in Mao, Madhya Pradesh, then part of the Central India Agency under British rule. Today, Mao proudly bears the name of Dr. Ambedkar Nagar in his honor. He was the 14th and the youngest child of Ramji Maloji Sakpal, a Subedar in the British Indian Army, and Bhimabai Sakpal, a homemaker from a similar Mahar caste background. The Mahas, classified as untouchables, faced brutal social exclusion, yet Ramji's military service provided some financial stability rare for Dalits at the time. This allowed young Bhimrao access to education, though not without struggle. His father's literacy and reformist zeal, influenced by the Kabir Panta and social justice ideals, shaped the Ambedkar's early worldview. Growing up as an untouchable, Ambedkar's childhood was a battle against prejudice. Imagine a school where you can't touch the water tap. Teachers made you sit outside the classroom and on the floor to avoid polluting others. In one vivid story, a peon poured water from a height so that Ambedkar could drink without contact, a humiliating ritual. Yet he thrived academically. In 1907, at age 16, he became the first Maha to matriculate from Elphinstone High School in Mumbai. His community celebrated with a public ceremony, gifting him a biography of Buddha by Dada Kiluskar, planting his seeds for later spiritual journey. Another tale, traveling to Baroda, he and his siblings were denied lodging due to their caste, forcing them to sleep at the railway station. These experiences fueled his resolve to dismantle caste oppression. Ambedkar's education was nothing short of extraordinary, defying every barrier. Let's break it down. Elementary education. He began at a local school in Dapoli, then moved to Satara for primary schooling, facing constant discrimination but excelling. Secondary education. At Elphinstone High School, Mumbai, he completed his matriculation in 1907, a historic first for his caste. Undergraduate. He enrolled at Elphinstone College, University of Bombay, earning a BA in Economics and Political Science in 1912, funded partly by his father's pension. Thanks to scholarship from Sayaji Gaikwad III, Maharaja of Baroda, he pursued MA at Columbia University, New York in 1915 with a thesis on ancient Indian commerce. Influenced by John Dewey, he later earned a PhD from Columbia in 1927 for the evolution of provincial finance in British India. At the London School of Economics, he completed MSc in 1921 and a DSc in 1923 for the problem of the rupee, its origin and solution, a groundbreaking economic critique at the time. He became a barrister at Gray's Inn, London, called to the bar in 1923, mastering a law alongside economics and sociology. This global education spanning Mumbai, New York and London equipped him to challenge systematic injustice with unmatched intellect. Ambedkar wielded the pen as a weapon for justice, founding newspapers to amplify Dalit voices. Mook Nayak, leader of the voiceless, 1920, launched in Mumbai with support from Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj. It exposed caste atrocities and demanded equality. Bahishkrit Bharat, excluded India, 1927, focused on the struggles of the outcasts, rallying for social reform. Janata, the people, 1930, continued advocating justice and equality. Prabuddha Bharat, awakened India, 1956, reflecting his Buddhist conversion, promoting spiritual and social awakening. These publications weren't just papers, they were battle cries, giving the marginalized a platform to demand dignity. In 1928, the Simon Commission, a British panel reviewing India's governance, arrived amid protests for lacking Indian representation. Ambedkar saw opportunity. Representing the Bahishkrit Hitakarni Sabha, he submitted memoranda and gave oral evidence in Bombay demanding separate electorates for the depressed classes to ensure their political voice. He proposed reserving 16 of 120 seats in the Mumbai Legislative Council for Dalits, arguing that without structural change, their marginalization would persist. His testimony challenged British and upper caste indifference, laying the groundwork for future political battles. Ambedkar joined the Indian National Congress around 1920, likely invited by leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak or Motilal Nehru to strengthen the party's appeal to the depressed classes. His goal was clear: uplift untouchables with the independence movement. No specific statement from his entry survives in records, but his actions spoke volumes, pushing for social reform alongside political freedom. By 1935, frustrated by Congress's slow progress on caste issues and disagreements with Gandhi, he resigned, later forming the Independent Labour Party and the Scheduled Caste Federation to focus directly on Dalit rights. The clash between Ambedkar and Gandhi was a defining moment. At the Second Roundtable Conference in 1931, Ambedkar demanded separate electorates for Dalits to secure their political identity. Gandhi, fearing this would fracture Hindu unity, opposed it vehemently, insisting on integration with a single electorate. Tensions peaked in 1932 when the British awarded separate electorates via the communal award. Gandhi began a fast unto death in Yerawada jail, pressuring Ambedkar to reconsider. Under immense pressure and to save Gandhi's life, Ambedkar negotiated the Pune Pact. Signed on September 24, 1932, with Madan Mohan Malviya representing Gandhi, it replaced separate electorates with reserved seats, increasing Dalit representation from 71 to 148 in provincial legislatures. While a compromise, Ambedkar later criticized it, feeling it diluted Dalit autonomy. On August 29, 1947, the Constituent Assembly formed the drafting committee to craft India's constitution, electing Ambedkar as chairman for his legal acumen and commitment to equality. Proposed by Jawaharlal Nehru and supported by Vallabhbhai Patel, his appointment reflected trust in his vision. The committee's formation marked a pivotal moment, with Ambedkar steering India toward a transformative legal framework. The drafting committee had 7 members, but some were more active. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, of course, chairman, driving the process with meticulous drafts, and Gopalaswamy Iyengar contributed to federal structure and governance clauses. Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyengar, a legal expert shaping fundamental rights and judiciary provisions. K. M. Munshi focused on cultural and education rights. Syed Muhammad Sadullah advised on minority rights and federalism. B. L. Mitter, replaced by N. Madhav Rao due to his health, and D. P. Kaitan, replaced by T. T. Krishnamachari after his death, had limited roles. Ambedkar's leadership ensured collaboration, though he bore the heaviest load, earning praise as the Constitution's chief architect. The committee faced fiery debates shaping India's future. Form of government, presidential versus parliamentary system. Ambedkar favored parliamentary for accountability, overcoming skepticism about India's readiness. Fundamental rights versus directive principles. Balancing enforceable rights like equality with non-binding principles like education sparked tensions. Ambedkar ensured both coexisted. Reservations. Quotas for scheduled castes and tribes divided opinions. Ambedkar's advocacy secured them as temporary measures for upliftment. Language policy. Hindi versus English as the national language caused friction. Ambedkar supported a pragmatic delay in transitioning to Hindi. Judicial independence. Debates on the Supreme Court's powers saw Ambedkar push for a strong, impartial judiciary. These debates, spanning 1947 to 1949, tested the committee's resolve, with Ambedkar's clarity uniting diverse views. On November 25, 1949, Ambedkar presented the final draft to the Constituent Assembly. After 2 years, 11 months and 18 days of deliberation, the Constitution was adopted on November 26, 1949, with 284 members signing it. It came into effect on January 26, 1950, Republic Day, establishing India as a sovereign democratic republic. Ambedkar's vision of equality, liberty and fraternity became the nation's cornerstone. Ambedkar's personal life was marked by love and loss. In 1906, at age 15, he married 9-year-old Ramabai, common in those days, in a simple ceremony in Mumbai's fish market shed per Mahar custom. Ramabai, his steadfast partner, supported his education activism but died in 1935 from illness, leaving Ambedkar devastated. They had 5 children but only one, Yashwant, survived to adulthood. Yashwant, adopted formally, followed Ambedkar into politics, leading Dalit movements. His grandsons, Prakash Yashwant Ambedkar, a politician and lawyer heading Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, and Anandraj Ambedkar, also a politician, continued his legacy. In 1948, at age 57, Ambedkar married Dr. Sharda Kabir, a 39-year-old Brahmin doctor who treated his diabetes. Renamed Savita Ambedkar, she cared for him until his death, passing away in 2003. They had no children together. Despite his public life, Ambedkar cherished family, finding solace amid relentless struggles. In his later years, Ambedkar turned to spiritual reform. Disillusioned with Hinduism's caste rigidity, he converted to Buddhism on October 14, 1956 in Nagpur, leading 5 lakh followers in a mass conversion. He founded the Buddhist Society of India and wrote the Buddha and his Dhamma, published posthumously. Battling diabetes and heart issues, he died peacefully in his Delhi home on December 6, 1956 at age 65, likely from diabetic complications. His cremation on December 7 at Dadar Chowpatty Beach, Mumbai, drew a half a million mourners, a testament to his impact. His ashes were distributed across Buddhist sites, symbolizing his enduring influence. In 1990, Ambedkar was posthumously awarded the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, by President R. Venkataraman. This recognition, long overdue, celebrated his contributions to nation building and social justice, cementing his place as a national icon. Here are some fascinating facts about Ambedkar. First Mahar matriculate. In 1907, he broke barriers as the first Mahar to pass matriculation, celebrated with a community felicitation. Mahat Satyagraha, 1927. He led thousands to drink from a public tank, asserting Dalits' water rights, defying upper caste violence. At Mahad, he burned the Manusmriti, denouncing its casteist laws, which is a bold protest. In 2012, a CNN-IBN poll with 20 million votes named him the greatest Indian, edging out Nehru. Nagpur's airport is named Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar International Airport, honoring his Buddhist legacy. These snippets show why Ambedkar remains a towering figure. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's life was a testament to the power of intellect, courage and compassion. Born to a society that deemed him untouchable, he rose to shape India's soul, its constitution ensuring equality and justice for all. From childhood humiliations to global scholarship, from fiery debates with Gandhi to crafting a nation's laws, he never wavered in his fight for dignity. His newspapers gave voice to the silenced. His Pune Pact reshaped representation, and his Buddhist conversion sparked a spiritual revolution. Though he left us in 1956, his Bharat Ratna in 1990 and countless memorials keep his flame alive. Today, as we navigate modern challenges, Ambedkar's call for fraternity and fairness resonates louder than ever. Let's honor him by living his vision, a world where no one is left behind. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe for more.